Millionaire in 1 year, 2025, with rap and Tint business. How exactly is it happening? Someone with a successful business in 4 different locations: Hamilton, Brampton, and in Mississauga, of course. Coming to this new country with just 2 suitcases and now having 4 different branches. How it started?
It's not as scary as it looks from outside. Especially talking in Canada, cars is not a luxury like it used to be back in India. There was more of a luxury. Here, it's more of a necessity.
3 customers every day. It looks like a small number, but I know getting the same thing every day. How to find these 3 people every day?
It's just like any other business. It's all digital marketing there. You can get them from Google, you can get them from Marketplace. You put some nice reels on the Instagram, put some TikTok videos. It's all there. It's nothing different. When you're scrolling down on your phone, the answer is right there.
Hemant, I would like to know, it's very easy to use the word million. I'm a motherfucking millionaire. We can use that word anywhere.
Okay, if I have to put it in one line, it's easier than it looks.
So hi everyone, welcome to the second episode of Podcast with CarCafe. And today, as always, we have the wonderful Hemant with us. And this podcast is very important for you. I repeat, it's very important for you as it is about how to make $1 million with your first business with wraps and tints in Canada. And that's in 2025. So moving forward, I would like to have Hemant to introduce you the actual concept behind it, how exactly it could go forward and how we'll do it.
Hey guys, welcome back to our episode 2. First of all, thanks for showing love to our episode 1, and I got a lot of positive feedbacks and I got a lot of new suggestions as well. So we're going to try to implement all those in this episode, and looking forward to provide as much valuable information to you as we can. So this podcast is all about understanding detailing business in out. When I say detailing, this domain covers not only detailing, but it covers tinting, paint protection film, wrapping, commercial wraps, and commercial tinting and residential tinting. So it's a big niche. So let's try to go over all the aspect of this business and see how we can break down that $1 million to a practically digestible level, so we all can understand it in a practical way.
So Hemant, someone with a successful business in 4 different locations: Hamilton, Brampton, and in Mississauga, of course. So, and I always seen you, planning something new, getting into some new business, and that's how you work, which is so wonderful. And I don't know if everyone has that mindset. I would like to know about your story. Like, I know you from India, but coming to this new country with just 2 suitcases and now having 4 different branches of different businesses, how it started? How would you like to tell your story in a way that I could feel motivated in this moment?
First of all, I would like to add one point here, that anything that I'm trying to do right now, because I'm already into automobile industry, and what I'm trying to do is to bring more branches of similar domain or similar niche. So I don't have to spread out too much to achieve the goal. I'm trying to be in the same market and bringing more of the related products under the one roof to make it a one-stop shop for all the needs. That's the goal here. So let's talk about the journey. As you mentioned, it's no different than how a lot of other immigrants did in this country. There are so many success stories, and mine is just a smaller success story compared to, there are a lot of, sensational people who motivate me every day to make it even bigger, right? So it started from a small home garage with a dream of getting into this industry, trying to serve one car at a time, right? I had my family support in this business, and then I got my brother with me, so he was skilled as well. So of course it was not a totally alone journey from day one, but eventually when I got into the industry, it's not as scary as it looks from outside. Let me put it this way. A lot of people think that, detailing industry is so crowded, it's really scary to get into, but that's not the case. It's a wonderful industry with a ongoing demand and always increasing demand. As especially talking in Canada, cars is not a luxury like it used to be back in India, right?
Right.
There was more of a luxury. Here, it's more of a necessity.
Correct.
Right? And when you have something as your necessity, you, of course, try to protect it for as long as possible. So this industry is bringing value on the table, not just the luxury. So that's why it's just keep on increasing as the awareness is coming through the social media or other channels among all the people. So yeah, I mean, we started from a home garage. We covered around, I would say, more than 500 customers.
Like in
Just in the
in
home
one
garage.
year?
Like I said, one car at a time. We were in our home garage for more than 7-8 months.
So you did
That's when we-
500 cars in 7-8 months. That's what you're saying.
Yes. Again, some of the jobs were remote jobs, right? Not just at the home garage. But in that span, while we were working in the home garage, we did a lot of remote jobs. We also did some contract jobs. So overall, like, we covered 500 jobs to get experience where we got confident enough that we can invest in a shop. And that's when
Okay.
I decided to move to our first shop, which was a 2-car garage. So
Like
there's
it was
no
in the home
office.
garage.
It was just a bay for 2 cars. And even when you park 2 cars next to each other, it was not that easy to work around. It was a tight
Okay.
space. But we managed to work in that space for 6 months. And that was the luckiest space for me so far.
So that's where you started your business,
That's where I started building a lot of good relations.
the networking.
Yeah, networking part started from there. I started getting noticed at that point. So when you actually start with the shop, that is the point when you start getting noticed, because everybody know that you have a particular place and they can go there again and again. They can refer you to someone else with the space. Otherwise, you are just if you're just a mobile guy, I'm not saying there is anything wrong with that, but it's like you don't have a particular whereabouts that how somebody can reach you out. But if they know that you have a shop, that's when you start getting promotion through word of mouth, right? So that's how it started. So I forgot to mention one point, that between that period I was also working with some other shops
In the same industry or
in the same industry. Yes, so those shops were there from long time, and I till date I'm grateful to those companies who really hired me for even if they hired me for the shortest period of time, but shorter period of time, but still the skill that I learned while working on high-end cars, that is something that made me more confident about getting into my own garage.
I see. So that's something that helps you to boost your confidence when you work with someone who is established already in the same industry.
Of course. And plus you always get the professional tips from them.
Exactly.
You learn from them. It's till date I'm learning something new about the industry.
Okay.
Like a recent example, I was at the SEMA show 2024 Las Vegas, and when I went there, I thought that I'm attending this show as a professional, and when I reached there, I saw that I'm just a beginner. There's so many wonderful, experienced and creative people out there that you always feel like there is more to learn.
Always. Like in any industry, but not talking about any industry, but just talking about the car industry, it's very huge. It's very huge in terms of what's inside the car and what's outside the car. So, like we were talking about your story coming out of the home garage. How exactly it helped you to reach here for the 4 different branches? Was it like step by step that the home garage gave you the motivation to open your first location, eventually working there? For how long did you work on just one location? When was your second location after the first location?
It took me around 8 months overall to get into my first location, and from first location to second location, that was on a sharing basis. So after getting into 2-car garage, third step was I got into a shared space with another detailing shop.
Okay.
That was a good and bad decision at the same time.
How come?
Well, there are a few days when both of the shops were busy. It's a really nightmare that you don't want to lose your customer, and they don't want to lose their customer. There is not enough space. So that was a good decision in a way. Again, networking, right? There was some skill level that other person was already having, so it helped me learn more or even share our skill level with each other, bringing customer under a roof where he's getting both of the services done with different skill levels, right? So Definitely, but that arrangement didn't work for long. So that was my first proper shop.
I think it actually turned out to be a good decision to
It
getting
turned
in the
out to
shade
be,
space
yes,
because
yeah.
like I write a lot of things in my like in our language Hindi. हर सीख को एक हादसा लगता है, which means that it always takes an incident to any learning. You cannot just sit at your home on your couch and learn something new. No,
At
you do
that
that,
time,
you fail, and then you learn.
Yeah.
So that's where you got motivated and pushed that let's have my own first location. Let's be the owner of the whole garage, my personal one. That's amazing. That's kind of motivating because
At that time, it was kind of, you don't know that this is going to the right direction unless you start seeing the result.
correct.
So when that actually happened, I was like, I don't know what I'm going to do, right? To get into a new shop where I'm gonna pay $6,000-7,000 rent, never played that kind of game before, right? So
I see.
it was bit difficult to really
gamble.
get into,
Right,
a shop where I'm hiring somebody. So far, it's all me. I know I'm responsible for everything. I know any damage that is happening,
It's gonna be
to
on you.
anything, everything is my responsibility. Profit
Correct.
is mine, loss is mine. But then you get into a bigger shop, you hire few people, the risk goes multifold, right?
Correct.
Anybody working on a car, it's humans working on the car. Chances of errors are there, right? Even if you do your best job, you're gonna see some kind of error happening at some point. And then you being the owner, you're going to take care of that responsibility, not your installers working for you.
You only
So
have
that risk reward goes, side by. But
correct.
yeah, that was my first location. After getting into that first location, making second, third, and fourth location was very easy. So going to the first full-fledged location was the major challenge.
Okay.
Yeah.
So as we started that, someone who has started from the home garage and now having fourth location, what's the mindset behind it? I know there are practical things that we can discuss, always discuss, but what's the magic behind it? What kind of dream you should be having with your closed eyes as well as early in the morning with the open eyes? What's the mindset?
I think mindset is the biggest game changer here. It's not about what's your business or how you managing it, how well you are in communicating with the customers, how well are your operations. When you are running a business, it's a balance of everything, right? And that comes with the right mindset. You cannot just have one mindset and deliver the other. That's not possible, right? So that's one thing in common with all these businesses who have multiple franchises or have multiple locations. They at some point they are sharing a similar mindset. From being someone new in the country, a guy with the, like you said, who came here with 2 suitcases and then opening a location. It's all about the mindset. It's all about your capacity to take risk. And then it's not necessary that you're gonna win into this situation. Things could have turned out the other way for me, but it is my mindset that even that happens, I should be ready for something else.
Right. Always having a backup.
And then you all, just keep on trying again and again, one idea after the other, and then eventually you will hit the point. That's what I tried to. Before this, I actually started 2 other businesses. One I stopped at a very early point.
What was it? I would love to know. What was it?
I went into food industry.
Okay.
Yeah, but I have no idea about how to really cook anything, right? So I was relying on someone else. I was trying to work more on the operational marketing side, and I had another partner with me, but it didn't work because I was relying on other one. So that was my learning point. So every failure is a learning point. So there is no 100% failure. With every failure, you are learning something new and utilizing that point in the next business. That's where I learned that I should not be looking at someone else to get things done in my business. So that's why I got into this business, and then I worked with the other shops to learn new things so I can start my own business, and I don't have to worry about that if there is my employee is sick or anything happened, how I'm going to do this job. I know that I can do that job myself. And for someone who's new into this country, if you have to break that cycle of, you want to buy a house, then pay mortgage for 25 years, you get a car, you get a mobile phone, you're basically in the credit cycle all the time.
Okay.
So if you want to break that, you have to come up with the idea which is not going to be as convenient as it is for the people who are born brought up here. You have to do a little bit more than that.
Correct.
So this is my personal opinion. I know it's different for everybody, but if you get into a skilled trade, I think that's where you can break that cycle. You go into the skilled trade, you work harder, and then there will be a time when you gain some capital, and then instead of working harder, you work smarter. But if you want to break that cycle, you have to start with working hard, just saving as much money as you can, and then utilizing it. And this is beauty of Canada, that you can actually start a business really smooth. I did a couple of businesses back in India as well. It was not as smooth as it is here. So of course, government laws or the things that the way they are designed here is very convenient for you. So you don't really have the headache of how you're going to deal with this situation. All you have to deal is with what's going inside the shop, inside the business. It's really easy.
I think that all the statements that you just gave are very helpful to the race of 1 million in 2025 in Canada as a businessman, because that makes a lot of sense, that if you don't know how to do your own thing, on some day when your other person, your partner, is not feeling well or not with you at the work, you have no clue how to do it. So having that skill in your blood from day one is something that breaks all the walls around you. You can be like unbeatable, unstoppable. At the same point, Hemant, I would like to know, it's very easy to use the word million. I'm a motherfucking millionaire. We can use that word anywhere. Millionaire in 1 year, 2025 in Canada with wrap and tint business. What's the breakdown? I mean, how exactly is it happening?
Okay,
365 days, 12 months, 52 weeks. How? What are we looking at?
Okay, I think there are two aspects of this side. One, we will talk in numbers. We'll talk about how the numbers are working behind that equation. Second thing is not only tint or wrap business. It could be any other business, right? But why I choose this business or why you can choose this business, I'll just tell you the pros of why this business is little bit easier as compared to other. And that's why probably that is the reason there is so many people right now getting into this business. So start with 2025, you said. Of course, the market is very crowded. But if you ask a successful shop in States that how difficult is it to make $1 million, they literally laugh on your face, because for them making $1 million in States is even easier. It's Canadian market which is more competitive. It's full of so this business is actually low risk business as compared to other businesses. To start this business, you are not looking as investment of $3,000-$4,000-$100,000. You're just looking a smaller investment comparatively. So that is a particular reason that a lot of people willing to risk it.
Okay.
Right. So making $1 million, I don't see a problem there at all. It's a little bit difficult as compared to states here in Canada, because it's more people trying to do the same thing. So Correct. It becomes a little bit comparative. But like I said, it's a little bit comparative, but it doesn't mean it's not possible.
Punjabi aage hoy. A lot of people trying to do the same business at the same time. That's
yes,
a lot of competition. That's why maybe.
Yeah. I think Brampton alone will have probably more than 300-400 tint shops now, maybe more. I don't know the number, but it's very competitive right now.
Okay.
Let me break it down in numbers for you,
please.
Okay. You said $1 million. You're looking at $2,800 a day. So to conclude the first part of it, you can do the similar thing in any other skilled business. Probably your path is going to be a little longer, because a lot of other skilled businesses, those are government regulated. They ask for a particular period of practice to get the license. Then only you can practice it. Right. Just like mechanic, electrician. You can also make similar, actually way better money than what you make in this business. It's just pathway here is shorter as compared to other pathways.
I see.
Right? You don't need a license. It's all your creativity, your handcraft. How well or how faster you can grab the knowledge. All the knowledge is available right on YouTube. Not like electrician, or if there is any other skill trade, that information may not be available on those resources. But related to this domain, everything is available just at a click. Coming to the second part of this $1 million. Now we'll talk in numbers.
Yes.
Okay. So let's do a quick calculation. So when we say million, we are talking about 365 days. So you are looking at approximately $2,700, right? It's around 2730,
Okay.
around that number. That's what you want to make a day if you want to reach your $1 million mark, right?
Okay.
Let's try to break down the services that is coming in this business. First, detailing. That's like an everyday need.
Okay.
Right? People need to get their car washed. People need to get their car cleaned inside out. Like 3-4 different kind of detailing packages out there in the market normally. So let's give it out average price of $150, right?
For sure.
Window tinting. Market cap for window tinting is really big. So I'm not saying you're going to do an insane number. Whatever number we'll talk about a slow day or an average day in the business.
Not a weekend.
Yeah, not like a really super busy weekend or a sunny day. Let's talk about an average day.
Got it.
Tinting is second, PPF is third, and then there is ceramic coating, there is caliper paint. There's so many different services you can get into. But let's try to stick with main 4-5 wrap, PPF, window tint, and detailing. Okay. Let's say you only do 1 to 2 wraps a week.
Okay.
It's not that difficult to find the job. So you can do 2 wraps a week. You can do 1 full body PPF a week. And when I'm saying these things, what I'm considering in my mind that I'm also working. I'm not having a lot of hands, probably just 2 employees with me, 2 or 3 employees with me, right? And then I'm doing 2-3 details a day, right? I'm having a shop where I can park 3-4 cars. I'm doing 2-3 details a day. Then come other smaller accessory services. You can install dash cam, you can do caliper painting, but we're not considering that in picture. Tinting, more or less, let's say you're doing 2 tints a day, 3 tints a day, not more than that. So let's try to break down each number. Okay, so let's start with very basic detailing. Let's say you're doing 2 details a day. $150 a single detail, you're doing 14 details in a week. You're doing a window tint, I'm saying 2 to 3 tints.
A day?
A day, yeah, it's very normal.
Kind of less. Because I was thinking that it should be at least, 5. What I'm thinking.
Not really. Like I said, we are trying to average it out all around the year.
Okay.
So we'll just consider 2 to 3 tints, not more than that.
Got it.
Right? You are charging each customer $200, and then you're doing 1 wrap job, $3,000. That's very low end. I'm not even saying let's say it's a small car, you're only charging $3,000. 2 cars, you're making $6,000. That's a very low price, trust me. And then 1 PPF, full car PPF, or you do 3 full front PPF, more or less same thing. You're making $6,000 there. So when you sum up all these numbers, you're looking at roughly $17,000. Let's say we go with $17,000 and divide it with 7. You're looking at approximately $2,400 a day.
A day?
A day.
Wow.
Right? I did the math in front of you, right? So it's nothing crazy, very basic stuff. I'm not saying you are super busy. And our target was $2,700. Now imagine you're doing a single headlight, tail light tints, or you're doing a ceramic coating a day, you're doing a caliper paint, whatever. There are so many other services that goes under the same domain.
Correct.
Eventually, if I have to put it in the number perspective, if you do your marketing right, if you have the right resources and right people working for you, touching up $3,000 mark is really easy. All you have to do is to make sure that you are trying to cover all aspects, all different services. If you try to focus on one only, probably that reaching that number is near to impossible. But if you are trying to cover more than one services, because a lot of time you may end up doing all those services on a single car. Let's say a customer buy a new car, like we discussed in last podcast, right?
Right.
When a customer buy a new car, he'll go for a PPF, at the same time go for a tints, ceramic coating, probably looking for caliper paint. Altogether, the tab value goes really high. So this number is right in front of you. So $1 million mark in this business is really easy. You don't need a license. All you need is a mindset, a skill set, right? And right employees, a right team around you, and that's it. And I'm not even saying a big team. It's super easy. It's right there.
Hemant, even though I know that you already gave me the answer on that, but I would like to have you explain me a little more. We said like 3 customers for the tents every day. from where exactly I'm getting these customers in? What should be a person who is serious about his career and business? What are the strategies he should be putting in, day out, and then getting the same results? That 3 customers every day. I mean, it looks like a small number, but I know getting the same thing every day, every day, every day. How to find these 3 people every day?
It's just like any other business. It's no rocket science there.
Mm-hmm.
It's all digital marketing there. You can get them from Google, you can get them from Marketplace, you can get them from, you put some nice reels on the Instagram, put some TikTok videos. It's all there. It's nothing different. When you are scrolling down on your phone,
Right.
the answer is right there. You probably will see 10 different reels from 10 different business. All you have to do is same thing. There is enough market share for each person.
I see.
Even if somebody wants to get into this market right now, there is enough option available. And I'll tell you an interesting fact. Okay, let's find it out. Let's do it with the proper proof.
What is it?
So we'll look into the market cap. What
Okay.
is PPF's market cap right now, or how it was before, how it is today, and what is the projection for next few years, and similar for Tint. Let's focus on 2 products for now.
Sure.
Okay, so 1 second. Okay, so I just did a random Google search about Tint market projection.
Mm-hmm.
So it is projected that by 2033 it can go up to 5.47 billion. Right now it's 3.73 billion. So
Okay.
it's going to increase by another 35-40% something.
Another 8 years.
Another 8 years, right? You have enough market share going up. Even if so many people coming in the market,
Mm-hmm.
there is enough.
People buying cars.
Yeah.
Right.
There is enough there in the market. And with the changing market, the new cars are getting introduced every year, right? With globalization, demand for the change is even higher than as it was before, right? So people are kind of in a society right now where they are looking to switch cars frequently,
Correct.
right? So that means there is enough space out there for your business. All you have to do is go out there, try to build some relation, and keep on moving. That's it. It's a
Right,
simple
to
business.
have some courage to do all this. I see. But yeah, like you answered to my question, that marketing is the key
Okay,
to the million.
I'll stop you here.
Please.
So this was about the tinting. Let's talk about the PPF cap. So this is Fortune Business Insight. This forecast is between 2024 to 2032.
Okay.
Right now, this cap is around 590 million USD. And it is expected to increase to 962 million
Wow.
by 2032. So just like Tint, this market cap is projected to increase by another 40%. That's a big increase. And if you're going to stay in the market for that long, I'm pretty sure you're going to make your space in next 8 years that you'll get a big piece of the cake.
So the point you used while explaining me this thing, there will be changes coming in and out in terms of cars, requirements, and everything. Let's talk about a major change. Getting AI in every market, in every business, and everywhere. How exactly the AI will put impact on this business in future? Because what I can see, we are not so far from AI, getting a control on most of the sectors of our lives. What I think. How about your business and AI coming together in future?
I think it's a generalized change happening to any other business. Probably it will be seen in the customer service, or probably website interactions. I don't think there will be really a big change in terms of how AI is going to affect the market, because particularly in our business, because end of the day, when you're going to buy a car, you will look for somebody to talk to you and tell you best about your car. That's how you will feel like you are getting valued as a customer, right? Of course, AI can be there giving you some value or probably some information, but end of the day, it's your customer service, your skills with the customer, and your sales skill. All those factors comes in, and end of the day, it's people talking to people, and you working on somebody's car.
The personal touch, human touch, basically.
They just need a personal human touch.
Exactly.
I think a big factor that we should consider is the gas-powered cars are shifting towards the electric cars.
Does that put any impact on Tint and wrap business?
I'm not sure how it will be in 2032 or 2030, but as of now, most of the electric cars coming in the market are nothing more than a small greenhouse, right?
Okay.
It's all glass,
Yeah.
right? Which means it heat up pretty quick,
Right.
and you are actually utilizing your battery's life to make your car's temperature according to you. So you will, and that's happening in Canada. Cyber trucks, they are getting a really bad reviews in Canadian weather,
Mm-hmm.
right? There are complaints coming that the battery range jumped from 300 to 200 in just less than 15 minutes,
Oh.
right? So that's because of the extreme weather conditions here, right? So let's talk about the product like Tint that can really help these electric cars to maintain temperature easier, right? So that means it will affect battery life as well. Your battery life will get longer, and what I see is only good side of it for our business, right? But I don't know how this will change with time, because I've seen like Tesla Model X, its windshield is smart enough that it can change the shade, it can change the temperature as it is out based upon how the conditions are,
Right.
right? But not every electric car. And with the competitive market, these companies are trying to make the manufacturing as simple as possible, right? So I don't think they will be investing into something like that. They probably will do their R&D budget more on developing better batteries, right?
I see.
So I think electric cars coming into the market is a good thing for detailing industry in general.
I see.
Yeah.
I see. So Hemant, like we are making this podcast, we are, in fact, you are becoming an inspiration definitely to someone who is watching it. Who's your inspiration? I mean, you must have seen someone, you must have heard someone, you must have been with someone when you felt that this is what I want to do. This is the kind of mindset I want to have with me in my life.
I think it depends upon what stage of life we are in, right? Like you asked me before about educational background. So while I was in the university
Back in India. Okay.
right, I was working under Professor Dr. Balraj Singh Saini, right?
Okay.
So he served in the tractor industry for I think more than 15 or 20 years. I could be wrong with the number, it could be more. So while he was serving in the industry, his contributions or his design solutions were so effective that they made a significant change on the industry level all around the tractor industry overall, right? Globally probably, right? So when you are doing a work or serving the industry with a mindset that you really wanna bring a change, that's when you are leaving a permanent mark, right? You're leaving your name there permanently. After serving into the industry, he started working with the students, right? To bring his experience from industry right to the students. So I think that was the motivating part for me, that always think in a way that how you can serve in the industry, right? I don't think I've done anything as significant as he did so far, but we are working on till date I get motivated from him, and we are working on some programs to come up with the design solutions for people who love to do some customization, aerodynamically customization to their vehicles. So yes, depend upon where we are in the life, there is always a different person motivating you. It could be someone from your family, it could be someone from your university, someone in your profession. Like I said, when I was at the SEMA show, I saw so many different talents all under
One
right
roof.
all on the same stage, serving their experiences with each other. So it's difficult to choose one person maybe sometime, right?
Well, that's so beautiful. It's always beautiful, to have not a TV personality, but someone from the real life, maybe from your school, from your previous job or anywhere, who becomes your motivation or inspiration in your life. So I have this one more question, Hemant. Becoming a businessman, is it about coming from a business background, or it just happens to people? Is it their luck, or they have to have the potential to start a business? How exactly it revolves around the business to the person? Basically, how exactly it revolves around this businessman?
It's really stupid to think that one person can do the business and other person can't do it. And I think it has a lot to do with our education system, a lot to do with our upbringing, right? But end of the day, anybody can do any business. Yes, some get luckier than the other person, but end of the day, if you want to be in a business and if you do your constant research, you are persistent on whatever you're trying to do, and you have your vision clear, business is just like, I think it's easier than doing a job in many aspects, right? You don't have that kind of stress.
Not from day one, right?
And not from day one, of course, but there are few people who are more happy in jobs. Then there are few people who are happy in business. But end of the day, we cannot categorize that one person can do the business, other can't. Everybody can get into this business or any business. It's just matter of breaking the chains, changing the mindset. End of the day, it's mindset. If you decided the mindset that you want to be in a business, you are okay to take some risk, and you are ready to jump in any situation in front of you. You will get through.
Oh, well, I would say that again. All the knowledge that we received from your end, it's more than a million. it's that good to, to feel that horses in your veins after listening to someone. I would like to ask, the business you are doing right now, what's the motivation behind it? To serve the industry or to earn some money? And I know, since we are talking about business, and also the title of this business is getting 1 million in 2025 in Canada, it's always about, getting some money in your life as well to maintain your lifestyle and everything. So what's the percentage, if I want to know the ratio about serving the industry and doing something remarkable or earning some good money? What do you think? How it works?
Like I said earlier, I haven't done anything significant so far to make an impact in this industry. I'm just doing what already is there, just trying to do it in a better or a more efficient way. So of course, goal here is all money focused, right?
Okay.
But end goal here is to earn something from here so that I can put it in something valuable. Right now, what I'm doing so far, there is nothing different that I've done which is out of the box or something that hasn't been done before. There are a lot of success stories, way better than mine. But what I'm trying to do is to get some capital and put it to a place where I can make myself happy and at least do something for that industry, to serve that industry in one or other way. That could be this industry or other industry. So far, my focus is only automobile industry. So I want to do something here, right? Like I said, we are working on 2 different products. Probably we'll discuss that in some other podcast.
Sure.
But if I would be able to get one of those properly launched in the market, then I would believe that I have done something different, right?
Okay.
So that's something in the research phase right now. But yes, so far focus is money to bring more capital so I can do other things.
That's amazing. So to conclude today's podcast, getting everything in one statement for all the people out there who clicked on this video after reading the title. But this is what they should know. Because like I said, any and everything that I do in my life, the first step that I need is the courage. And it was in all the answers that you gave. It was the most important part of everything. What would you like to tell our people who are watching this video right now till this point, and they should know what they should do at the moment to be successful? 1 million, 2025, Canada, Tints and wrap.
Okay, if I have to put it in one line, it's easier than it looks.
Oh.
It's way easier than it looks.
Okay.
All you have to do is take first step, start with the mobile. Of course, you may not be making $1 million while doing mobile, but when you're doing mobile, that will be your first step toward making $1 million, right? Maybe you will not do that in first year, but when you into your second year, the roadmap that I just gave you, that will be your preparation for that.
Right.
So it's way, way, way easier than
it looks.
Yes.
Well, that's amazing. That's even pleasing to hear. So Hemant, I would also like to know, when you are not working under someone, you are doing your own business in life. It's not always that you know your path correctly. You never know that what would be your next step. Sometimes you doesn't even know what exactly you should be doing now. How exactly you'll be lighting up your pathway towards your next step or all the other steps that you'll take. What keeps you going? What keeps you, to feel right for the right thing to do in the moment as a businessman?
I think this question doesn't have a single answer. It's different for everybody. For me, it's connecting spiritually and at the same time, my family. So my brother, like I said, he's in the business with me. So he thinks in a very different way, right? And So same situation could be for other people, but they could be having not a family member, a partner, a business partner, or whatsoever. So it could be any of that person, or it could be any of other motivation, you can say. Sometimes all you need to do is just take a step back, look into the bigger picture, and answer is always there, right? So for me, it's if I see a lot of risk in front of me, or I don't see anything, I don't know what I'm going to do tomorrow, how I have to take the decision. Normally what I do, I just take a deep breath and then try to connect spiritually, right? Sit down, just think of nothing else. So that is something which is 100% recommended for someone who's trying to take a step but is not willing to. Is most of the time you have a very blurry picture of your goal in front of you, right? So I think take your time, come out of FOMO. You're not missing out anything. Take your time, maybe take a step back, look into the bigger picture, and you will see yourself fitting. Even if you see yourself fitting in the equation 1%, there is a chance. So just go and grab it. Simple. You don't have to really worry about. Again, there are so many other factors that you can. If you want to put it technically, there are so many other factors. Planning, this, that. But I don't think all those come before this. First, you have to make up your mind. If you have, all right, again, come to the mindset somehow. Right? All those things can be done later. Thank you guys for watching our video, and I hope that you will find some value out of it. If you loved our content, do subscribe us. If you have any suggestion for us where we can improve, let us know. Write down in the comments what should be the topic for our next video. Stay tuned. See you soon.